We've got a new member here today at 50cc Dads, Lads and Lasses. This is Emily. Say hello, Emily.
Hello.
Emily was a cameo on yesterday's video, or the other day's video, on air cleaners. We just heard her voice, now she's in on it. There's Travis in the background on his PV80. So the three of us are going to try and do a video today for you guys. And this time it's going to be on exhaust packing on the SX50s. You'll have dads complaining at the track, hey, it's time to sort out your exhaust. What happens with the 50cc's is they eventually the packing in the exhaust pipe sort of solidifies and it becomes incredibly loud because effectively that muffler is not being used at all. It just becomes a solid little through pipe. Okay, so I'm going to ask Emily shortly to pass me some items that you're going to need to do your exhaust packing on your 50cc. Ask me something. Insulation tape. A Torx set. You're going to use this to get the exhaust pipe off the bike. There is some 4-stroke packing. Seems to be more popular nowadays than actual 2-stroke packing. I think it lasts a bit longer than the 2-stroke bikes. We've got a nice ruler here, dead straight, obviously, for doing measurements with. Some scissors. This is a marking pen. And a small tool set with all the stuff in it. Always carry that. We're also going to need some gloves because we're going to be working with some fiberglass type stuff. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's incredibly itchy. So just be warned that if you get this in your eyes or face or anywhere else, it's going to be incredibly uncomfortable for you for a while. So that's what we need. Let's get to it. Right, we've got the bike up on the stand. It makes it easier to work with. These tiny bikes are difficult to work with on ground level, so if you can, you raise it up. Just a quick tip, it'll save you a lot of frustration. Get a pencil and mark where you're going to just put a line on the exhaust pipe and on the little baffle back piece, like that, so that you can line them up later. Right, we're going to now start stripping the bike. After this video, we're going to do a video on the carburetor. Because of lockdown, the carburetors, this bike's going to stand for a while. And I want to take the fuel out of it, so I may as well just show you while we're at. But anyway, so okay, back to the exhaust pipe. Let's get going. Take the seat off. So I'm going to be taking the tank off. Travis is going to hit record and come around here. In order to take the tank and the shrouds off, all you have to do is turn the fuel off. Okay, so I'm just disconnecting the fuel line from the carburetor like that, so the tank is on its own. Go on that side. So take the tank off. Unscrew that. And the tank comes off. Bike gets quite grubby if you don't strip it like this to clean it each time. Okay, side cutters. You'll notice here that I've got a cable tie that helps seal the exhaust where it joins from the expansion box. Once again, you take your Torx. Okay, so now we're going to be loosening the brackets. Come around this side. Okay, you see that? Might want to zoom in a bit on that. Okay, all the same Torx at the moment. Taking the exhaust out. Ta-da!
This is the KTM silencer, and we're going to open the thing up.
Show them where.
Here and here.
Down.
Here and here.
It was a bit loose. Okay, so that's the end cap, which we'll clean up just shortly.
Don't you need gloves? Don't you need gloves?
Just now.
Yeah, I'm going to pick something up.
Right, and here we're looking at our old packing. It's quite good to see that the dirt is, the oil has come all the way through, which means I haven't packed it too tight. Okay, it's got to unroll it.
Oh, it's sticky.
Yeah. So if you look on the inside wall, I mean, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but this section here, closest to the to that pipe, is I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's quite hard. In fact, you can see the pattern there from that baffle pipe. And so if the packing is way too tight, all that happens is that burns through, and nothing gets through the actual thickness of the packing itself. So whatever you do, you don't pack it too tight. You can see how big our packing is. I'll give you the dimensions next when we cut out the new piece. Right. So once again, my favorite carb cleaner. We're just gonna okay, that's the tail piece, which is more or less clean enough, I think. So now we want to just maybe give this a little bit of a clean. Okay, so the size of the packing that you need to cut is 18 centimeters by 19 centimeters. This is what works for us. This is how it looks. Okay, so now we're going to measure out our new piece of packing from our 4-stroke packing. So we're going 18 by 19. So I've got 38 centimeters as the total width. So half of that is 19. Again. Right, so now we're going to cut it. It's fine. Okay, let's go, let's cut this. Little cuts like that. Once again, I apologize for the dog in the background. There's a Jack Russell and he's chasing monkeys. The monkeys come through our property probably twice, maybe sometimes even 3 times a day. And actually nothing we can do about them. So I really do apologize for that. I'll put music over this as much as I can. Okay. So then we have an 18 by 19. Well, we have 2 actually. So here's the monkey on the roof. I'm going to fold this back and put it into its packets. Okay, so yeah, we're back from trying to find monkeys. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any on the video for you. And you can see that it's 7 inches by 7.5 inches. The 7.5 inches goes into the length of the pipe. As you can see, there's a bit of a like flange gap through there, so it has to fit. If you look at it like that, it's exactly the right length to go between there and inside that flange gap there. So now the fun part starts, trying to get it all to fit. And people make the mistake initially of going far too tight with their packing. And I want to feeding it in through there. If you make it too tight, I promise you it'll last like 2 practices and it'll be back. Okay, so just bearing in mind now to put it back in that this is the captured nut, which goes this way, which means the exhaust is orientated like this. And the mark that we put on it is there, which makes that the top. So now you kind of just screw it in. Some might think this is a little bit loose. It might be. One day I might try and pack it just a little bit tighter. But I find this is the most economical way of doing it for your packing. So there's your line. Okay, that's pretty much how it goes. And then all you do is you put this back on. Okay, so now we're going to put this bolt back in like this. Just going to make sure it's lined up. Try holding the back. That's better. So there we go, repacked. Now we're going to put it back on the bike.
Do you realize you're not going to speak now?
Push that back in. You'll see the line is there for us. And now we're going to find the right torques. A little bit of a mission to line up. Best way is just to look straight through here. When you see the light at the end of the tunnel, then you know you're there. This is the exhaust brackets here and there. Okay, so finally we put the exhaust back on, but we need to put another zip tie over here just to stop some of the splooge getting through. Right, and that is our exhaust packing video. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about all the interruptions as always, but we're unprofessional.